Welcome back to the channel. It is LFC Plavi here. It is your match preview for Leeds United versus Liverpool. It is on Saturday, late kickoff, and it is an away game. Now, before I go on to this particular game, just a quick recap of what happened during the midweek. Liverpool drew 1-1 with Sunderland, and it was a near miss in the sense that Liverpool almost gave away the 1 point, almost threw the 1 point away. And that is something that is quite disappointing. When I look back at the game and try to analyze how the game went, how we went down by a goal, got the equalizer, and the way we managed the game from there, it was quite disappointing. There's a difference between players struggling throughout the season, not performing at their usual levels, and a coach managing and making the wrong decisions during a game. There's a difference between the two. We accept the fact that Liverpool players at this current moment are not operating at the level that we know they can operate. That is fair enough. There are various reasons for that. We know that. I'm not going to go back to discuss those issues. But the fact that we go down by a goal, let's not even talk about how we went down by a goal, because that was a shambles in the first place. Now, even if you put that aside, we went down by a goal, we came back and equalized. How do we then manage the game? It is almost as if this Liverpool manager, Arne Slot, wants to tell us by his actions, of course, not by his words, that it is either he wins or he doesn't need the point. If he is not going to win, then he doesn't need the point. He's not going to take the point for anything. He's better off losing the game if he can't win it. And for me, that is wrong, because he almost threw that game away by sending all his players into Sunderland's half to go and try and get a goal. And almost lost it. Because at that point in the game, we could have managed it and kept it the way it is. If we get a goal, fine. If we can't, don't concede a goal. But we almost conceded because of reckless attack. How come we left a player on mark on the halfway line? How does that happen in a game like this? So in my preview of this game against Leeds United, I know, of course, it is an away game, so we wouldn't try such a thing in an away game. I understand that it is because this particular game we're playing at home. It was at Anfield. We're playing against the cup, and so we thought that let's go for it. Let's put all we have into the remaining minutes, and maybe, just maybe, we can make a goal here. But we almost threw it away. So I'm expecting that in this particular game, we wouldn't repeat the same mistakes. We need to put up a controlled performance, a performance that limits the opponent from getting chances in the first place, and a performance that prioritizes keeping a clean sheet rather than going all out to try and get a goal. Because at this particular moment, because of the stuff that I've already said about players not being in form and all that, all we need to do as a team, the most important thing for us in every game, is to make sure we don't get beat, to make sure we don't concede goals. And if we can do that, we can always get something from the game by building on that platform. So that is what I expect in this particular game. If we go into the game and we start the game and in the first 10-15 minutes we feel like things are not going well, we are not being able to penetrate them as much as we can, let's consolidate, let's stay compact. It is important that we stay in shape, because if we don't, this team has shown that they can punish any team. If you come to their home grounds and play reckless football, they are going to punish you. So I expect that players would be absolutely up for it. I know it's been back-to-back games, 3 days intervals. So the squad depth of this particular Liverpool team is not also the best. So we have Konate playing, in my view, too many games. Konate has played too many games. For his own fitness record, he's played too many games in very short periods of time. Virgil van Dijk as well. So you could even argue that in the game against Sunderland, there was a bit of tiredness, because even in the first half, you could see that players weren't moving, they weren't sharp enough. So I don't expect this particular game against Leeds United to be champagne football. I don't expect it to be free flowing. We are still going to see glimpses of the tiredness from the players. I think we after this game, maybe we need some rest, but we don't have that. We don't have that luxury, right? And hopefully we'll be able to get some injured players back in the fold. So in this particular game, because of the form that Leeds United have picked and the fact that we are not really playing to the best of our level, I expect that if we can get a draw, it is okay, right? So let's go into the lineup. The lineup for this game, I'm going to go with the same back four that started against Sunderland at Anfield. The same back five, actually, including Alisson Becker, because we know that Conor Bradley is not fully fit yet. He might be able to come in at some point in this game, but I don't think he'll be able to start and play more than 45 minutes. So that is why I think it is safe to maintain the back four. In the middle, I'm going to go for Jones instead of Maka. So the midfield is going to be Jones, Gravenberg, and Soboslai. That is the midfield that I'm going to go for. And up front, in this particular game, I think we'll be best served if we still go with the 3 up front instead of the 2 up front. And because of that, I'm going to go with Vets on the right, Isak in the middle, and Ekitike on the left-hand side. I'm going to put Cody Gakpo on the bench, Mohamed Salah on the bench as well. Mohamed Salah was okay when he came on for Sunderland, but I've heard people say he did good, he was well. It wasn't that good. That's the truth. Mohamed Salah came on, it wasn't that good, to be honest. He wasn't able to beat his man on many occasions. He put in a few nice passes into the penalty box of Sunderland, but it wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough for his own level. So I think this game is going to be difficult for Arne Slot to put him on the bench again. But I think for the sake of the team, I would go for a front 3 of Vets, Isak, and Ekitike. And then I'll bring in Mo Salah in the second half, Cody Gakpo as well in the second half. So that would be my starting 11. My prediction, goalless draw. I've already said it prior to our game against West Ham that I need 3 goalless draws consecutively for me to say that yes, we are heading back to some sort of normality. So I'll go for a goalless draw. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like the video. Also, subscribe if you are new here. Comment down below what you think this Liverpool team will be able to do against Leeds away. Thank you very much. You never walk alone.